Welcome to the show, paranormal parley, chat to make you glow, talking food and sometimes rude, however the live stream rolls. Amazing mods with lightning rods to keep out all the trolls.
Hey, voice gone already. Hey, everybody. Let me get some music on. Oh, what's happened to my StreamYard? Change the layout. How rude. There we go. I think they're trying to justify their price for streaming. I've got the fan on full blast, guys, but I can turn it down if it's getting in the way. This is literally a booyah. I'm just going to go live. I've been snowed under all weekend, dealing with stuff behind the scenes, and I am doing my regular live tomorrow. I was going to make this a members, and I forgot to make it private, but it's all good. Doesn't matter. So it's a booyah live. I'd literally just decided, I'm going to go live. So let's see who is here. Just Jane, first in. Hello. You beat Caroline. You're awesome. Hey, Caroline. Good to see you, darling. Pastor Pervert in the house. The amazing spaghetti alla paranormale. I said that right. Soon tell me if I haven't. Chris, good morning to you. Alexis Artemis Greenhoward the Feist. Hello all. I love that name. Pretty intro. I've actually got a new intro I'm trying to put together at the moment, but yeah, I need to speed up my laptop because I've downloaded so much stuff recently. I've got to throw it all onto a hard drive. Laptop saying, no, it's too heavy. Surprised a lot of StreamYard's working. Anne Wilkinson, good morning. This will probably hit the UK crew mainly. And some of the Aussies. Who else have we got in here? Fantastic Publishing's in here. There's a relief. Sheila, hello, darling. 5:30 a.m. What a surprise! I know I don't normally go live this early. It's one of the reasons I did it. I sort of had a couple of hours to kill, and I'm too exhausted to actually sit and do anything work-wise. So get something productive and go live and see you, lovely lot. What's up? There are Sky. Sky in the house. Hello, darling. You do all right. It's 11:30 almost here. Yeah, it's 10:30 here. So working from home and checking the live. Working from home. I've been working from home for 13 years. And I've worked from home before, but I'm trying to get myself going at the minute. Not on the YouTube stuff, but on everything else I'm supposed to be doing. I'll have to have a word with myself as the boss. Absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 pronunciation. Actually, what was I watching? It must have been on YouTube, and it was probably a bloody live, because it's all I've seen all weekend is lives. I was watching something, and I'm thinking, I need to get back to Italy. Might have been Crow Stream, because you had some Italian clips on there. And Spaghetti knows how much I adore Venice, and I do adore Venice. It's my favourite place. Don't listen to him. But Rome's been on my bucket list for a long time, so need to be looking at that at the moment. Got to get the US trip out the way first, though. Love the music. Thank you so much. Suno's a wonderful thing. Nice and early for us. I know. Maybe I need to, when I'm doing that extra live like this one this week, because I do my 2 afternoon lives, I do my late night live. Maybe this time of the morning, especially for my Aussie lovelies, especially Caroline, it's a much more civilized time for that. So Sheila aka Mrs. Shape, what you been up to, Sheila? You been teasing Shapey Poo? Hang on. Working from work now. Oh no. At least when you're working from work, you've got shush about Venice. I wouldn't want to be there in the height of the summer, but apart from that, working from work, this is advantage of working from work. You've got somebody looking over your shoulder, making sure you do it. I can't look over my own shoulder. Well, I can look backwards. Oh, Venice is amazing. I can't even describe. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm really honest with you, Kulox, trying to think. Venice is my main experience of Italy. I mean, I've been to Milan, hated Milan. Been to Lake Garda, and I would actually love to go back to Lake Garda as well. But I don't have a massive amount of experience with other places in Italy. Now, I do have Rome on my bucket list. So, but I just, as an artist, and just the no cars thing, and just the boats and the canals and everything. The masks, because I love masks. I've got a couple of masks I brought back on different trips. I just love the whole thing. But it could be that if I end up ever being able to explore Italy further, I wouldn't be surprised if I have probably at least an equal love of other places. Shishi, I can do anything in Sockelganger Kingdom. Even you've been cheeky. Sky, have you been sneaky with your Sockelgangers? You want to be somewhere cool. It's hot as Cross Bunt here in South Carolina. I actually haven't been outside yet, to be honest. The house isn't too bad, so we have had a bit cooler weather. I think it's supposed to be heating up this week. I'm hoping by the time I have to walk into town this afternoon, it'd be the worst time to walk in, actually. What am I saying? I've fallen asleep the last 2 lives before you finish that. I know, sweetie. I will try. I may even pull forward the Tuesday live as well. Just depends. What I'll do on a Tuesday live is wait and see if Mythos is going live, and if he's not, I will try and go earlier. My Saturday afternoon live works. I don't want to move that one, but I might pull forward the Tuesday one actually. Because I'm actually waiting to notify the Tuesday one anyway, in case Mythos does decide to go back live on a Tuesday. But I think we'll try and pull that one forward a little bit if I can. But no, hang on. I'm sorry. And appropriate as he's been awful about my Venice. Okay. No, don't listen to him. Second time I went to Venice, I took the students with me, and they were very. That was when I went to Lake Garda. We did a Italian trip, and took the students, and I'm talking about very. Jada's not the right way. Quite hard to impress. I mean, they're the same students from the same location where I would eventually take them to New York, and they would, you take them to the top of the rock and see the entirety of Manhattan, and where's Subway? But even my most grumpy of students were like, I feel like I'm walking around in a dream. Venice makes me so happy. So there you go. Even my most miserable of students were enchanted by Venice. I need to visit Trieste. My grandma's from there. I would actually love to explore more of Italy. I mean, like I say, I've already been to the north. I would love to sort of see more. I also want to go to Pompeii, and I know that's the obvious thing to say, but when we go to Rome, we'd already, before I actually had to leave work because of illness, which is when I started the business. In 2012, we were actually planning a trip to Rome, and we were trying to factor in Pompeii because you can do that from Rome. Spaghetti, I'm a good girl. I would never do shit. Sheila. I can watch all the streams I want. I'm alone in the CCTV room, and the place is awesome. Awesome. A lot of people watch from work. A lot of people. I mean, to be honest, if I was at work and I could, I would. Venice is gooey and moist, just like white chocolate. Pompeii Island is made of white chocolate and human remains. I will agree that Venice is gooey and moist in the summer. I know a lot of people who live in Venice try and get out during the summer. The latest I've been is June, and you could feel it getting a little bit warm, and the canals start to smell. But the first time I went was at Easter, and it was lovely weather. It was actually perfect. We were there for 8 days, and I didn't want to leave. I wouldn't go in the height of summer though. If you're going to Venice, go spring or autumn. Caroline was on the mend on. Oh, there's it. She goes, yeah, slowly. The weekend, hopefully. Hope you're right. You married my Sockledang to dear shape. Did you get consent? Who was the yeah? Who married them? We need to know, Sky. Lake Garda is not that far from my hometown. Lake Garda is beautiful, and I do need to go back to Lake Garda because we were near the place where we were staying. This was with the students. Was near. Is it Buslango? But on day one, when we were in Italy for 3 full days, and day one we went to Milan, which I wish I wouldn't do that again. And day 2 we were in Venice, and day 3 we were in Lake Garda. And on day 1 in Milan, I got bitten on the foot by some creature, mosquito type creature. By the time we were at Lake Garda, I could barely walk. It got infected. I had the best taxi driver ever though, because there you could actually ask for taxi drivers that speak English. And there was an English-speaking hospital, but the Buslango hospital was near where we were staying, so I got taken to that one. No one spoke a word of English. This amazing taxi driver literally almost drove me into the hospital, like this carport underneath where the emergency department was. He got me booked in. He told them what was wrong because nobody spoke English. If I was on camera, I could show you, but when I finally get to sit, actually didn't take me long. When I saw the doctor and they said, "What's wrong? What happened with your foot?" It was like I'm literally motioning with my hands that it was a flying object. But the day we were in Lake Garda, which was Lake 3, but I missed some of it because of going to the hospital. Lake Garda's beautiful. I would love to explore that further. Absolutely love to. Was the marriage consummated? Ooh, 10:30 in the morning. We're getting saucy. Better Verona. I'll go there. We nearly went to Verona actually instead of Milan, and I can't remember why we ended up going to Milan. I wish we'd have gone to Verona. So I would still like to see Verona. My 4th of July holiday was spent dealing with a stomach bug or Crohn's. Oh no, not the type of fireworks I was hoping for. Absolutely not. Hope you're feeling better, sweetie. Any water in the canals now? Well, yeah, there will be because it's built on water. The whole Venice is built on water. Just been to Spain, but not Italy. I don't think I've actually been to mainland Spain. I would love to go to Barcelona, and there's been several times I've actually looked at doing Barcelona, but because the architecture, and again, you know, artist here, but I don't know. I kept getting put off by how big it is, and it's a party town, and that's not why I want to go. But I don't think I've been to mainland Spain. I've been to Mallorca and I've been to not Tenerife. Where did I go? Lanzarote. I don't think I've been to mainland Spain. I would love to. Time to go and visit Spaghetti Island. Sky, what you been doing? Giselle and Mr. Grey, you and Shapey Poo's grown mystery maid at a wedding. I mean, mass wedding. Sky's marrying everybody off. On Wedding Cake Island, Crow eats half of it. Just the half. Did he eat everything other than the bit he had to stand on? Safe, right? He should be asleep by now. I've never been out of the US unless you can't be locked in a cement cell for 4 hours in oh no. Thing is though, if I lived in the US, I do think the US, probably out of nearly all the countries in the world, is one that you really don't have to go outside the borders to just see so many amazing places and different types of climates and the landscape, etc. You know, so I do think you guys are lucky with that. So I kind of get it when people don't go outside the US, or maybe don't, you know, maybe going to Canada or down to Mexico. But it's actually not difficult to. It hasn't been for years difficult to get to Europe for us. It's actually cheaper if you're somebody that just wants sun and sand and drink. It's cheaper to go to Spain or Greece than it is to holiday in the UK. It really is. It's very expensive to holiday in the UK. My nan told me about the town and the Miramar Castle after she passed away. I promised I'd go and see the place. You should. It'd just be, especially if you've got a connection to it. I think that makes somewhere extra special. Lands a shit home besides. Yeah, apart from the cathedral. Yeah, it's literally that central plaza. You know, it's lovely. It is beautiful, and the cathedral, and but no, it's just a city, isn't it? I hate to say that, but it's just a city. You know, it's a bit like, I'm going to upset somebody in the UK if I give an example, but it's basically not a tourist city, is it? Marmite night. Sky being busy. Wesley in the house. Hello, darling. How are you? Wes, Kulux has been rude about Venice, and I don't like it because I love Venice. It's built on water like a toilet. I do think. Do you know something? I do think because I see people say, "Oh, I want to go to the UK. I want to go to England, etc." And I always hear the same places mentioned. You know, oh, I want to go to the Lake. I'm talking about England now because I don't want to upset anybody in Wales or Scotland. Oh, I want to go to the Lake District. I want to go to London. I want to go to York. And I'm thinking there are so much better. Not better. Lake District is beautiful, but there's so many other places that get ignored. Where I live in one of the most beautiful counties in England. And when people do see pictures of it, they're like, wow. But yeah, so it's like every country has these places that are just amazing, but don't get hit by the tourists, or not as much. It's not as well known. Trying to think, was it the first? I think it was the first time I went to Italy when I went to Venice. First time. I would go to Florence if I can. I mean, I would love to see all those towns. So I don't know. Maybe one day. Fuerteventura. No, I must be behind chat already. Am I? Yep, I am. No, it was Lanzarote. I really liked Lanzarote, and I actually went with a friend who her sister had moved out there, and she'd learned Spanish, and so we didn't do the normal tourist thing. She kind of took us around, and for things like restaurants, she'd know the tiny little restaurants tucked away that only spoke Spanish, and they were amazing. These seafood restaurants, sort of. And Lanzarote on one end of the island is volcanic, and it has Team and Fire, it's called, and it's just amazing landscape. Pinky in. Hello, Pinky. Sorry, I'm behind already. Me and Shape now wed. Glad you married me to a fellow southerner. What was our cake flavour? Moonshine for toasting. Sally Oldfield has a song called Verona. I used to dream about Verona. Someone famous lived there. I think Kulux. Free Italian history from Australia just for you. I think Romeo and you can go to the supposed Romeo and Juliet balcony in Verona. Me loving my gladiator history and my ancient Roman history, they've got an auditorium as well, which is why I wish we'd have gone to Verona, because that's what I wanted to see. Not bothered about the Romeo and Juliet balcony, but that auditorium. Really wanted to see. Venice in the fall was wonderful. We stayed at a convent and everything was walking distance. I don't recommend the pizza, the place I went to. Sliced hot dogs and mushy French fries on it. Yeah, I actually had. I love lasagna. I'm a Garfield. I absolutely love lasagna, and I make a really good lasagna myself. I had the worst lasagna ever in Venice. Ever. It was like packed pasta with hardly anything in it. It was terrible. But other than that, all the food was amazing. Difficult to snack in Venice, though. Not a lot if you just want, a sandwich or something. But we stayed just off St. Mark's Square, so you can walk in all directions from there, and we just walked most places. I'm sitting here wide awake and saw that Fantastic is live. I know, Pinky. Not in the middle of the night for you. Verona is, well, it's understandable. Verona is mostly known for Shakespeare, but I had looked it up, and I thought there were other things there I wanted to see. Hang on. Piazza del Duomo. I probably haven't said that right. It's a nice piazza. I love that about they keep trying it with our town. They want our market square to have a continental feel where there's sort of mainly cafes and stuff around it. There is a couple of cafes on there, although I'm banned from one of them. Because we don't have the trouble is here. You get the weather, you get the bloody tourists. You can't sit down anyway. But I actually love that culture. You get it a little bit in Switzerland as well, but definitely in Italy. That sort of piazza, town square we'd call it, less exciting, or market square, where it's just activity, the centre of a town, activity, and you can sit and drink coffee or have something to eat. Adelaide Haunted Horizons. Alison, are you on to reasonable time and I'm not asleep? Yeah, that's what Pinky's just said. She's New Zealand. And my amazing mod Caroline, who's also Australia. I think you know anyway, don't you? It's easier time for her, so I may have at least one live a week where I'm earlier. Good to see you, darling. Hey, Leanne. Yeah, I think if you're into fashion, Milan would be a good place to go, but we weren't bothered about any of that. I think that's mainly what it's known for, isn't it? Hello, Waffle Man. Is that Wes? That was my strike too. What did you say? Didn't say anything that upset me. What did you say? Oh, the toilet. No! Got no soul. If you don't like Venice, you got no soul. I mean, I get the whole being there if it's like too hot, etc. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'd like to go to Whitby. Do you know something, Just Jane? I have had years of bad luck with getting to Whitby because I've never been. I lived in York for a while, never went to Whitby. We have actually had plans set in place to go on several occasions, and every single time, I'm jinxed, every single time it hasn't happened because something's come up and we haven't been able to go. And I would love to go to Whitby. But never been. Autism, they put me in my own room with my laptop and Wi-Fi. Watching videos. Sounds like me. And you have the Harry Potter castle next to you. I know we fucking do. And all of the people who love Harry Potter are currently in the town centre, getting in my way. And I am not kidding when I say they're carrying broomsticks and wearing, wizard capes and, the school scarves and all that shit. They go to the castle. You can play Quidditch in the castle. I keep meaning to see if I can find a video to see how they bloody well manage that. But the castle do run Quidditch lessons. Dream trip is new UK, New Zealand, Italy, Idorkish. I would love to go to New Zealand and Oz, but I have a thing about going to New Zealand, but because I don't like flying. I mean, the minute we made a decision to go to the States in a couple of years, I'm already stressing. But I would like to explore more of Italy. I think of all the places in Europe, I adore Paris, but I have been loads of times. So to see somewhere new, there's a couple of other places I want to go as well, which I'm not going to mention online, but Italy is the country I would like to. I really should be exploring more than I do. But the problem I'm now going to have with Italy is I can't be in Italy without going to Venice. So it would have to be a dual location at least. I couldn't be in Italy without visiting. Donna, hello. I've been to Mallorca and Ibiza in Spain, been to Bruges in Belgium. I've got a friend who actually lives in Alnwick who is from Bruges. I don't think I've been. I've only been to Brussels actually, and that's just been en route. I've never been to Belgium to stay. New Zealand and out to the countryside and Ireland. I have never been to Northern Ireland. So this is not a diss on Northern Ireland, but I've been to Southern Ireland. I love Dublin. If you want a city to go to in Europe, don't forget Dublin. It's amazing. It's such an interesting city. Just surprises everywhere. And the Galway, the countryside, beautiful. Just don't hope not anywhere in the UK, but the further west you go in the UK, the more likely you're going to get hit by rain. So don't go for good weather. When can I fly over for a visit and a wonderful Italian meal I'll bring shape? Does shape no, Sheila? No. Need to fly from Poland, yeah. Spaghetti's in Poland. My husband makes the best lasagna. It's the trouble is when you've got, either can make it yourself, which I can, or you've got somebody who makes the best one. I rarely order lasagna when I'm out because I think, well, chances are it's not going to be as good as mine. And that's not me having an ego. It's just Bologna. My belief in Sky is waning. Oh no! What's she done? I buy it frozen. I will sometimes actually buy a frozen lasagna. But I'd rather make it myself. It's just that it takes me a while to make it. Cag Alison. I think when it's Adelaide, it's Alison. I could be wrong. I love pasta. Once again, you're all right. Is a solid 10 out of 10. And I can't speak a word of it. I think for when we do the next trip though, I might actually see if I can. I'm terrible at languages. I used to be able to speak French, but I can never get past the speaking stage. Don't ask me to write it down or read it. I may actually try and learn a little bit of Italian before we go again. In the chat. Yeah. I said it's Alison. Cag always comes in herself. Cag comes in blazing. It's always obvious when it's Cag. It's lovely to have Alison here, though. I have been looking forward to a really good tortellini when I get better. Ooh, I'm not wanting pasta today, guys. Tortellini panapoops. Oh, actually, I've got some. I've got chorizo, but I can't remember what ham I bought. I've got some Italian ham in the fridge. Who is Alison and who is Adelaide Haunted Horizons, Leanne? If it's Adelaide Haunted Horizons coming in, it's Alison. Cag comes in as a self. Actually, if one of the mods wants to put Alison and Cag's linky poo in the chat, that is more than okay. If there's anybody who's you've got to be subscribed to somebody who tortures Seg as much as they do. Watched Seg's new video yesterday. By the way, guys, Seg's new video. It took me ages to get past the first bit because Zach Bacon's doing the chicken dance. I just kept rewinding it. But yeah, if you want to have a little look at the abuse that's Cag and Alison given, actually either watch Seg's video last night or watch my roasting of Seg because I honoured them in that as well. I don't know how this is going to go down, Pinky, but I never make fresh pasta. I will sometimes buy fresh pasta. I will buy fresh pasta sometimes if I'm making certain things. But if I've normally it's the dry pasta. So, but I wouldn't have the patience. I do know somebody who makes it, but I just don't think you can make it very well. It kind of puts me off making it because it's a bit stodgy. Oh, hello, Seg. I said nothing. I thought you haven't been lurking. What I will admit to saying is, watch your video last night. I'm just telling everybody if they haven't watched your latest Ghost Adventures video. Took me ages to get past the beginning because I nearly made it into a meme for me buttons on here. Zach Bacon's doing the chicken dance, the music you'd put on it. I was roaring. I was absolutely roaring. I don't know why. Must just have been the mood I was in. Just yeah. So, oh no, Donna. Oh, stay safe, sweetie. If you want to come to New Zealand between December and February, it's summer, and it's a lot more fun. How hot does it get in New Zealand? I don't care. I've got a family member who lived in New Zealand for years. I could be asking, but it's a lot more fun. I want to go for the scenery. I spend a lot of time on Google Earth just looking at the New Zealand scenery, especially on the South Island. So is there an Old Zealand? That's a good question. Usually when there's a new there, there's an old somewhere. Good evening, the side-eye guy. What's happening? You're unsettling me, Alison. If you come to New Zealand, we could go for an overnight hiking trip up a mountain, camp at tent at the top. So much fun. Are you kidding? I can't walk 10 yards without stopping to catch my breath at the minute. Which I've got to get sorted before the American trip. I can't get up the hill I live on. But there's actually places in New Zealand I want to. There's one in particular that I think you can't actually get there without doing some hiking. It's the place because I'm a Lord of the Rings nut, and it's the place where they had Edoras. And I know they've taken the building down, but I think that one's quite out of the way to get to. You can go, but I think it's a bit of a stretch. There's a place called Sealand. It's on a big platform on the ocean. Ooh. Bye, Alexis. Good to see you, sweetie. It's the views and the history that I find fascinating about New Zealand. Yeah. It's just magical. Some of the pictures, the videos and pictures I see of New Zealand, it's like, especially the South Island, it's like sort of Scotland on steroids. It's just because obviously it's much bigger. Beautiful. Cag never sleeps, so why she sees your lives. I do sleep. I don't sleep much. I actually slept last night. Fell asleep a lot earlier than normal. Woke up, Joe was live, went in, said hello, and they finished. How rude. Seg was in on that. Sarah's here, let's go. I think they've been live for a bit. Oh, Wesley. Used to work at a concrete factory. It's the hardest job I've ever had. Paving the way. You're on the right path. Oh no, don't encourage him. Sweet Garth, hello sweetness. How are you doing? Good to see you. Further behind the chat than me. That's harsh. That's harsh. 4 minutes. I might have crowed it a little bit, but 4 minutes. Gets to about, actually, that's not bad. I would say we rarely, certainly where I am, where I am, you'd rarely get to 27 degrees. It might feel like it with the heat factor when it's really hot, but yeah, I mean, we rarely get, I mean, here it's usually the height, it's usually in the late teens and 20s. It's just with the humidity and the heat factor of the buildings, it can make it worse. But I'm north. That's not, wouldn't be the case in the south. Glad it made you laugh. Took me a while to make that video. I'm honestly, hand on heart, I literally kept replaying that. It was I'm not, I mean, I would take the piss if otherwise, but no, I've enjoyed the last two videos actually. Clown Motel as well. I just don't know how you stayed with that tour for an hour and a half. She would have started talking, I'd be like, no, I'm going to go and film the graveyard. I just couldn't do it. I'm going to have to do it when I go over. I'm not planning on the Clown Motel, but I don't know where I'm planning actually, but yeah, I'm gonna have to put up with this sort of stuff. Oh, I couldn't. You tell her, Seg, she's been live for days. Sky, don't tell him that. Seg, you do comedy videos as well, really? Oh, well, at least she's having a go at Seg as well. Comedy is subjective. Actually, to be honest, on a serious note on that video, it's an interesting video because the video specialist was talking bollocks. Because what was it, 2004, and I used to teach video editing at that point, and it was still literally, well, in the university and colleges, it was still videotape. And even I could see on my crappy little laptop screen all of the I'm being handed a note, guys, hang on. I could see on my laptop screen. Okay. Do you want to add to that if there's anything else? Because I won't be doing it yet, so just do a bigger list. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I could see that there were two levels of, even on my laptop, you could see that there were two levels of video imaging. You can tell it was, as Seg said, it was an overlay. So yeah, paid somebody in magic beans to actually say all that. It's sunny here today. Sunny here. I'm hoping it's not too harsh though. There's a bit of cloud. That's what we need. Hobbiton and Matamata. Have I said that wrong? Sun was filled on a mountain. Oh no, I can't say that. Rupihu. Some in the Southern Alps. Yeah, I've seen the location for where they shot Edoras. Like I say, you can go, but I think it's a trip. Dawson, what does he know? He hunts woodgees for prize books. I didn't see Dawson's last night. Fell asleep. Team rewatch on Dawson. I've been to Weta Studios where the movies were made. There's so many cool statues of Lord of the Rings creatures. I've lost StreamYard. Hang on. Yeah, I would probably nerd out in It's the longest 90 minutes. I genuinely, I'm not saying it for a fact. I couldn't have done it. The minute she started talking, I'd have turned around and unless it's one of these places where they have, because don't some places over there insist you do the tour if you're going to be filming, if they know you're going to be filming. But no, just no, big no. Pinky, side eye guy, I love all your videos. Do you though? No, I'm kidding. You sure? There's your number one fan, Seg. All of them. I'm looking forward to Seg Selena Spooky Boo video. I can't stand her. Yeah, that's the. That's I don't know how Seg does it. Out of pretty much everybody, Mackie and Amanda, Selena Spooky Boo. I'm thinking, how do you sit through that? I don't know if he's announced it, but I know who he's looking at the minute. It's like the same thing. It's like, how do you sit through all that? And sometimes I can't sit through the debunks and the reactions, let alone the full thing. I rewatch Seg's live because chat distracts me with blah blah blahs. Not that no. You're very reserved in chat, Sky. We've noticed this. Short 1 or 2 word posts. Only about one an hour. We know this. Just saying, it's going to get me in trouble, that one. Yeah. Do you know what, Seg? The irony is, all these videos that get you into trouble that I keep turning around and going, what? People are complaining about that one. Why? Maybe nobody will say anything. Oh, it's a side-eye video. Seg's being sarcastic. No. Really? Honestly. It's done what it says on the side of the tin for the Side Eye Guy channel, and yet you're offended. I've already been for a walk down the park to watch the bunnies this morning before I came to. Oh no, I haven't been out yet. Covered in snow. I don't want snow. Calamity, hello. How are you? Calamity also has a channel that's growing. Debunker. Sky is reserved. Yeah, I know. I think we've slipped into the twilight zone. This is what happens when you go live 4 hours earlier than usual. Time slip. Portal. Two Peaks and Mary, if you want to know. That's another thing I would actually like to. I love generally native cultures. I've spent a lot of time looking at the. I've studied American history, but yeah, both the Aborigine and the Maoris, and I think that and all of them. I love the storytelling they do for their art. Obviously, as an artist, that's where my mind ends up going. And yeah, so apologies, I am back. See, there you go. That's what you didn't do that the other day, and I can't remember whose live it was. But you're supposed to apologise for coming back. So there you go. Spaghetti behaving himself. Apparently dinner is ready. I have to go. Are you sure it's not because Seg's in the chat? Just asking for a friend. No problem. Thanks for being here, Alison. I really appreciate you. Oh, come on now. Zach Baggins would be a catch. Oh, bullshit, yeah. Yeah. I don't get the... I don't get it. I don't get it. For me, if you haven't seen Seg's video yet, I haven't seen the clip. You watch that clip when he was on, is it Wheel of Fortune he was on? You sort of look at him and just the way he looks there just sums him up. Just, I'm amazing. I'm a star. Even as a contestant on Wheel of Fortune, that was the vibe he was giving off. I'm a star. I think so highly of myself. I'm studying communications and film. Yeah, that's what I used to teach. And then you watch the video and you have to listen to the voiceover. It's like the Captain Kirk of the paranormal community. And now we are going inside. Night vision on. Got to work at 6:30 a.m. Was sent home at 8 due to a power cut. Full pay. Score! Family's got a day off, full paid. Oh, isn't it amazing when that happens? Doesn't happen very often in the summer, does it? You kind of hope for the snow to do that for you. Oh, party time for Calamity. Starting the week off a great way, Sarah, and all you guys. Yeah, it's nice doing Monday morning, actually. I've waited till I knew Crow wouldn't do another live. Because he often hits Monday mornings. For UK, anyway. Get lost, Alison. Said with affection. Said with complete affection. My husband is part Maori and his family is Maori on the east coast of the North Island. Yeah, you see, I would just love to go to New Zealand. I would just, to be honest, I would have to win the lottery and have the time to get down there bit by bit, because I could not sit on a plane for 24 hours or for 2 12-hour flights, whatever it is. Same with Australia. I mean, I don't like flying to America anymore because those flights have got longer because of changing the routes. It used to take 6 hours to get to the East Coast, and it's now 8. The longest flight I've ever done was 10 hours to Dallas. And I hated that. I said I would never do a flight that long again, but I probably will have to when we go over, because we're going to the south. But probably longer, actually. I think Las Vegas is 11. If that's where we end up going. So Seg is feisty on this day. Seg's always feisty. That honestly, Pinky, is what I'd do. I would actually do it. You know, if I was a multi-millionaire and didn't have to work and could just go away for a year, travel, I would do it. And I would go by boat. I'd do it bit by bit. And I'd never leave the ground. I don't mind water. I'm not frightened of water. I do tend to get a bit seasick, but I know how to cope with that. But no, I would literally go by boat. Then I'd be there. Dude calls Maoris Maoris. Is it Maoris or Maoris? I thought it was Maoris. Am I wrong? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Because I don't want to be wrong. Just in case anybody's wondering, that was a Diet Coke can. If I was drinking beer, it would be Corona with a lime in it. And I'd be sitting outside in the sunshine. It's Maori. So is the A longer? Maori. Yeah, my dream would be just to buy an RV and travel around the US and Canada. I would actually love to do that too, Sheila, but I wouldn't be able to do the driving. No way I'm driving something that big. So, but that would be my dream about the US as well. Would be literally to be able to see a lot of the US, get in an RV and just tour. And he calls the Himalayas the Himalayas. No, Himalayas. Himalayas. I spend a lot of time looking at the Himalayas on Google Earth as well. Love it. I also have a thing. I less Everest actually. I was thinking about the K2. I usually watch the K2 documentaries. I thought it was a beer. No, it wasn't. It's not a beer. I don't drink canned beer actually. Diet Coke, right? Yeah, it is Diet Coke. It is caffeine-free Diet Coke. I know that sounds strange for me because I drink coffee continually all day. But when I'm drinking a lot of Diet Coke, which I do at home, I'm drinking it all the time. I have to drink the caffeine-free stuff, otherwise I get heart palpitations. Paranormal Walks, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'd like to be able to teleport. I always used to say that. But there is a theory with teleportation, even if it was possible, that it's not transferring you from one place to the other. It's basically breaking you down and building a new you at the other side. So I'm a bit wary about teleportation now, and I'm old enough now that it'd be highly unlikely in my lifetime, especially with my health issues. So, yeah. As much as I hate flying, though, there was a talk at one point, I don't know if they're still developing it, where from the UK to Australia you could get there in an hour or 2 hours or something. And basically what the plan was basically, it's almost like a rocket ship, to sort of fly straight up into the stratosphere and then down again. Because the higher up you go, the smaller the distance between 2 points. I would chance that. You pronounce it better than some Kiwis do. Maori. So it's you linger. That's a bit like my local dialect, actually. My local dialect, if I still had it, I fall into it occasionally if I'm speaking to somebody with a thick accent. But where I am in Northumberland, it's a very soft. It's a lot of vowel sounds, so it's very difficult to understand if you're not used to it. I can drive, so I drove one before, so move on over. Well, yeah, we'll hit the road, Sheila. I wouldn't have the confidence to drive something like that. Well, I suppose if it was the open road and nothing on it, fine. But, driving it through any town or city, no. I want a TARDIS. TARDIS, you see, I'd do a TARDIS. Yes, please. Time travel would be awesome, actually. Definitely would. Just go backwards, though. I'm not bothered about seeing the future. I want to build a transporter machine. Kenny Biddle is whipping up some transporters for dummies plans to follow. Awesome! Not sure I'd get in a transporter that Kenny built. I think he'd have an ulterior motive. Flew to Edinburgh last weekend and had an hour in Pringles. Had an hour in a Pringles tin with wings is too much. And even an hour in. Oh, yeah, see, that's my other problem, Wes. Is actually the smaller the plane, the worse I am. It's because I'm frightened of flying because of crashing in a hot air balloon. That's why I'm frightened of flying. I'm not frightened of crashing any more than anybody else. It's the experience being that high up, and especially if we're above the clouds. Smaller the plane, the worse I am. Absolutely worse I am. You put me on a 777 every time. I still wouldn't like it, but I'd be happier. Sheila Creates, hello. Ever since Lord of the Rings. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings for a bit. I'll have to do another. I've got a load of artwork to do, actually. It's my go-to thing to put on the TV when I'm doing art. Extended edition only. Can't watch the theatricals anymore. My TARDIS got lost. I know, Sky. Gone rogue. I would love to go to New Zealand. I would as well. If you're UK, you'll know Griff Rhys-Jones. And he's done on Netflix. I'm assuming it's still there because I haven't finished watching the New Zealand one yet. But he's done a couple of travel shows. The first one I have watched, he did Australia. I think it's a 6-part series of him traveling around Australia. But I love the fact it's not the obvious places. It's like the is it opal mines, places like that. So the Australian one was really good, so I'm looking forward to finishing the New Zealand one. I'm hoping they're still on Netflix. But they're the kind of it's a bit like what Michael Palin used to do. It's kind of the proper travel shows that really show you the country rather than the obvious spots. I would make it a good tour guide. You would. Always helps to have a local there. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Wayne. We awake? TARDIS would be perfect. Yeah, if you've got somebody with local knowledge, you can't beat it. Even here, you know. Keep saying every time on my channel, bloody Ghost Hunter, stop going to Chillingham Castle and give you. Actually, I have given Mythos some locations. You know, you don't have to pay a fortune to go to Chillingham Castle. Loads of places you can go for nothing. Places I've learnt about that locals have told me about, and I'm local. Pomp in the house. Just back had a parcel delivered. Oh, is it an exciting parcel? I like parcels when they're exciting parcels. We travelled the whole of New Zealand in a 12-metre long house bus. Oh, awesome. I actually love those buses that the people convert kind of into a... I'm talking about sort of double-decker buses, as in UK, that people convert into like a motorhome. I would actually love one of those. Hot air balloons are stupid. Hot air balloons are fucking terrifying. Trust me. I think I've told my story before, but trust me. When you see them up in the air, they look all calm and floaty. When you actually near one and you get in one, they are noisy. They are, that, because obviously it needs a massive flame to keep the balloon inflated. They are hellish noisy and clumsy and yeah. If you're nervous about heights or flying, I would not recommend it. Never read or seen any Ottoman Rock, had no library or TV. Sky, I think you'd love the movie. I don't worry about the books, but I'd love the movie. You'd love the movies. Get access to them. When my family moved to Oz from the UK many years ago, we came by boat via the Suez Canal. Yeah, I've actually looked at those routes. Not for, for holidays, sort of flying over and looking at these. I did that a while ago. Looked at some of the cruise routes because good way of seeing multiple locations. I looked at the Caribbean routes and the Suez Canal one. Trouble is, you spend so many days at sea, and I'm like, I want to be seeing places. I don't want to be stuck on a boat for 3 to 5 days on end. Even on the canal that you had about 3 days where you didn't get off. It's like, well, no, come on. I want to see the places. That was a good show. Oh, have you seen it? So, Crow in the chat. Read The Hobbit, not the LTR, but I never got through them. And when I watched the films, because I do love the films, I did actually try reading them again, and I thought, no, my version of Lord of the Rings is the films. I used to meet the ship from the UK when my elders visited. They got hit by the worst storm near Italy once. Memories. Yeah, I mean that's the risky take, but sorry, Crow in the chat 'cause I'm behind again. New clothes and some beauty products. I treated myself. I deserve. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, and I need to be careful with money. I need to sort of watch what I'm spending, and then there's nothing like retail therapy, is there? Hang on. I better check this. One sec, guys. No, we're good. Crow in the chat. Hot sharp, I get a sec. Actually, Supernatural, I got the whole collection for next to nothing. 15. And I knew I'd get the early seasons for nothing on eBay. But even up to I don't think I paid any more than £5 for a DVD. That was the maximum, even on the last season. And I'm going to have to complete my iZombie collection because I wanted to watch iZombie again, and I put Netflix on, and it's not on there anymore. Netflix made it. There was something to do with. Oh, I did read up why they'd taken it off, but I can't remember what it was. Something to do with rights. I really want to rewatch it, and I think I've only got seasons 1 and 2, so I'm going to have to try and get the DVDs for that. Sarah, can I tell it? No, not on here. I think I need therapy right now. The type which involves a straitjacket. No comment. No comment. I'll have to team rewatch your interview last night, Wayne. Wayne was on Laura's live last night. I missed everything last night. I missed Dawson's premiere. I missed Laura's live. And I missed 99% of Joe's live. When I went in, they were like, "Oh, hey, Sarah, and we're finishing now." Fine. See if I care. Yeah. You beat me to the dings. Ding, ding. I'm not worried about the content. I just really don't want to be dealing with him on this channel. I've got no time for him. I prefer good old Earth under my tootsies. Yeah, me too. Never driven a car. Took 8 hours to get to next towny summer, no less. I was only 48. I haven't got the last season of Supernatural yet. My favourite TV series of all time. Oh, is Countdown good? I've seen that. Is it? That's Amazon, isn't it? It's Amazon. It's like Dean is a cop undercover. That's the only problem with Jensen Ackles. He needs to. I mean, he was in The Boys, and it was different character for him. He does occasionally get mentioned as possibly being the new Batman, and I actually think he'd make a good Batman. He'd add a bit more to the role. Oh, was it the night before? Oh no, Laura did have a live last night. That's where I'm getting confused, Wayne. So, how did it go, Wayne? Yes, so it was Saturday night's live. He's got his face on the main advert for it, guys. So you know you can't miss it. Wayne, I think it's Sir Wayne actually. Sir Wayne. He won't be gracing us with his presence for much longer because you know he'll be a big YouTuber and you know he won't be bothered with the little channels anymore. I'm kidding, obviously. Crystal. You're on this Crystal, weren't you? On another one. Was it last night? I'm sure I saw Crystal on one of them. Flicking through, I haven't watched it. I want Jensen as Batman and Jared as Nightwing would be awesome. I'm not so bothered about Jared, but I think Jensen Ackles would be a good Batman. Wednesday next month. I was surprised how much I enjoyed Wednesday. And I really enjoyed the first season, despite I didn't like Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I think she should have. I don't mind her as an actress, so it's nothing against her. She should have made it her own, though. You know, you can't. Nobody can take Morticia away from Angelica Houston. You know, don't try. Do it your way. Don't try and do the same thing. I also missed every Star Wars movies after Return of the Jedi. Never seen the others to know what. Sky, I actually did watch the prequels, but I never bothered with Star Wars for years. People kept telling me to watch The Mandalorian. Eventually, I caved. They'd already done 2 seasons. Sky, I absolutely promise you, you will love The Mandalorian, especially that first season. You will love it. Um. Oh yeah, that's why you're confusing me. Um. Wesley. Still Boba Girl, because I did love Book of Boba Fett, despite its faults. Oh, Caroline saw a bit of Crystal this morning. There you go. Can't wait for season 2 of Wednesday. So it must be an August release, is it? Actually, there's going to be a few things coming out because the final boys season will be out this year, and I haven't watched the last season yet. Didn't watch the Sandman. I think Bloodlines is now on Amazon. I need to watch Bloodlines. I don't mind paying for that. Love the Sandman. I have some of the graphic novels. I mean, I like Neil Gaiman. I know there's problems with him at the minute. I like Neil Gaiman as a comic book writer, but my favourite comic book artist did a lot of work with Neil Gaiman, including on Sandman, Dave McKean. So, yeah. It's not that I wasn't interested in Sandman. I just don't have time. We're doing YouTube. We're doing the channel. That's what I mean. I haven't even seen the last season of The Boys, and I adore The Boys. I'm gonna have to binge it before the new season, the last season happens. There's something else I'm behind on. Oh, Squid Game. I've only watched season 1 of Squid Game. Sheila, Final Destination movies are great. I love the Final Destination movies. R.I.P. Tony Todd. Miss Tony Todd. Bummed that we have to wait till July 24th, the second half. Yeah, I hate that. Just release the bloody thing. Do you know what I mean? I like to binge, not watch week to week like a caveman. I had a horrid nightmare last night. In that nightmare, I had a mullet being bald for that. Oh no! Oh no! Not a mullet. That's the worst. Bloodlines is awesome. As you can tell, I watch movies all night long, along with other activities. I need to catch up on stuff. Oh my god, it's a month between the 2 parts of Wednesday. I'll have to get the dresses changed soon. Oh, good luck with that. Are they doing that with Wednesday as well? Oh, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I think it's probably to make people pay for more than 1 month. You know, instead of thinking, oh, Wednesdays I'll pay for a month and then not have my subscription anymore. But it makes no sense to me. Most people don't want that break. But I think that's why they do it. When is Stranger Things came, they have released the dates and they're doing the same thing. They're doing so many and then actually I'll have a look. Stranger Things. Stranger Things. News. I just want dates. Stranger Things 5 release date. There we go. Let's have a looky poo. 3-part series. Uh, okay, so Stranger Things. 26th of November, they're releasing 3 episodes on Christmas Day, and the final episode on New Year's Eve. So we get them later. I think that's just timing. So, doing it in 3. Let's stretch out that final season. So technically, that's 3 months for some people. Sucks they're doing. They are. It does. I don't know why they're doing it with Wednesday. Stupid habit. My tummy is growling for breakfast. I haven't been downstairs yet. It's 11:30. I went down to get some more coffee. That's my breakfast. That's always my breakfast. See, I will do that sometimes, Sheila. But I ain't dealing with the spoilers. With Stranger Things, especially, I don't want any spoilers. So I am going to be watching them when they come out. I love all the Stranger Things seasons, but season 4 was amazing. Cried my eyes out on some of season 4. Oopsie, the nurse came back in to check on me. She was wondering if I'm going to go to sleep. I'm talking with all my friends. Got your friends? No, white chocolate coffee, black coffee. And I think they're all supposed to be movie length episodes. Oh, all of them. I don't want spoilers either. No, I'll put up with the schedule. What happened to your protein shake? It'll be late today. I'll be baking it when I go down. I'll have it at lunchtime. Normally I'd be sitting in the morning. I'd be sitting in the garden with it, but they won't. Yes, they did, and they're going to have to. But presumably they work around that. I asked her for hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. That's how Phil says you say it. Hot chocolate. I couldn't get into Stranger Things. No, I think it's something you either get into. I just adore it. But the other thing with Stranger Things is nostalgia. I mean, I was a teenager in the 80s, and so that extra level of experience of being there at the time, bit older than they are in the show, but I love that. What I love about Stranger Things, actually, in terms of it being in the 80s, is it doesn't overdo it. It doesn't feel too false. It actually feels pretty legitimate. I don't know if it would be the same for US viewers, but yeah, they kind of don't force it. They just naturally set it in the 80s. Red Van in the house. Good morning to you. Don't have newer milks as they don't have hot chocolate. How rude not to have hot chocolate. Should be part of the essentials in the cupboard. Be interested to see how Pugsley fits in. I like the lad that plays Pugsley. They've got a good Pugsley. It's just I get why they did the dad the way they did, because that is the way he is in the comic books. But Zeta Jones just no. Never seen Stranger Things or Lost. I like Lost. I actually gave up on it when it was on the TV because it is very slow moving. I actually did wait for that one to finish. If you can binge that one, if you can get through it, it's much better to binge it. Hi, Ravy Wavy. Sandra! Checking in. Hello, sweetie. I adore the 80s feel. Brings back warm feelings of younger days when all good times for sure can't beat the 80s. I hit 13 in 1980. I hated being a teenager in the 80s. I absolutely hated it. But I have far more of a nostalgia for it now. It was the music for me in the 80s. It just sucked. But I loved the movies and the TV. It's difficult to imagine getting a time like that again, actually, where it's so iconic. 60s, 70s, and 80s are all so iconic, and everything else just seems to merge into one another. I also find that Stranger Things is also based off conspiracy theories that may have actually happened. Yeah, the season 3, where they had the heavy. I mean, it's in all the seasons, but the heavy Russian element coming in. Because I am old enough to remember the Cold War. You like what you like? No, sure, absolutely not. Couldn't get into Sandman. I've seen the first season of Lost. I'm going to tell you something about Lost. Is if you watch the whole thing, you will realise that the answers to the whole thing, because it was all done as a big, oh, what's this about? What's that about? Blah, blah, blah. All the answers are in the first season. Half the answers are in the first episode. It's actually quite cleverly done, and a lot of it's red herring. Have you done that, Sheila? Have you looked at that first episode? There's a this isn't a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but there's a scene in that first episode where they're on the beach. I think it's episode 1. It's not, it's episode 2. When Locke's got a backgammon on board and Walt comes over to see him, and he explains about the black and white tiles and how it's a battle between good and evil. Yeah. And if you watch that first season, if you've already seen Lost and you know what all the answers are, you see that nearly all of it is in that first season. Being a teenager was the best years of my life. I was like a cold spring in my youth. I had better time in my 20s because I moved down to London, got to see all the gigs that, I could eat. Hope you're well, looking after yourselves. You're all number one. Aw. We love Sandra. You're still a coiled spring, Wayne, young at heart. I'm saying nothing. My spring's busted. Oh, bless you. Found a way to light up that beard yet? Safely. I want day glow blue beard. Especially when you're doing investigations in the dark. Investigations. It's the simple things that give me pleasure. Hang on, chat's jumping on me. Where are we? My teenage years were mid to late 80s. Yeah, it's I don't know what it was like in other places, but I'm in the UK. It was almost like a switch. 1980 hit and everything went electronic and synthesizer and bleh. And as a rocker, I wasn't happy. I've read so many theories on the show, so but you're right. Most of what the show is about is in the first year. Yeah. I mean, there are ambiguities in Lost, but and people disagree over the. I don't think the ending was that bad. People moan about the ending; it wasn't that bad. You can make your own mind up on the ending as to what it means, but Yeah, there's a lot of most of the key elements of the story, not necessarily the answers, but most of the key elements of the story were in that first season. Early additional time tracks. Time track sounds familiar. I'm colouring it today. Cobalt blue. Ooh, cobalt blue. How very fashion forward of you. 70s were my teenage years. Do you know something, Just Jane? I always say, I mean, I suppose I'm glad I'm not. I wasn't, because I'd be a lot older. I'll be 10 years older now, but I always say that I'd have been naturally happier being born 10 years earlier and being a teenager in the 70s. 70s is my jam, really, because I am a rocker, but I'm also a bit of a hippie. And when I hit 13 and our music went really crap, I actually ended up listening to a lot of 70s, some 60s, but mainly 70s music. So I'd have loved it. Ouija Shark movie was funny as fuck. Yeah, he's found one that's worse. He's assured me it's worse than Ouija Shark 2. He's very excited about it. So keep an eye out for that. I still love 70s rock. Me too. I end up gravitating back to it all the time. And if I do listen to anything later, it tends to be, for example, I was never massive into Pink Floyd. I do like Pink Floyd, but I love Roger Waters. So he's put out some great solo stuff. But in terms of my rock, it's 70s. It's largely the 70s. Didn't like the finale. Yeah, people were very split on the finale. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was as bad as people said. I know how I saw it. I know what my theory is on it, but there are different theories on it. Your keyboard just went insane. Oh no. Terry, hello. Good to see you. I miss Crow's Lives back to back. I was best buds with my bath. Oh no. Keep an eye out. I don't know when it'll be. You know what he's like. Booyah, I'm live. No warning. But he is going to do another movie night. And he has found the movie. Seriously, Sheila, I've in my 55 years never come across people like you all. Gotta go back to these lovely restaurants. Love you all, Sarah. Till next live. Banana, hammock, peachy. Out. Bye, sweetie. Good to see you. You take care. Dad was a biker, so I grew up around bike park. Oh, that's awesome. And rock music. Love it. I love the group Bread. Yep. I'm not doing a long live. I'll take it up to 2 hours. I love Crow's movie nights. That live is still up, so if you want to watch one of the worst movies ever in a really good way, Ouija Shark 2. A Ouija Shark and a tarot alligator. They even break into song at one point. Camel sounds familiar. Bluesy prog rock. Why do I know Camel? Hang on. I'm just going to look them up because for some reason I recognise that name. Okay. Well, I'm getting this Camels band. Does sound familiar. With images. Yeah, I think I recognise that band now. Prog rock, you've got to sort of shop around a bit. There's some really good stuff out there. I suppose that's with any music. I also was born in the wrong era. I love the 20s music. Really? It's it'd be an interesting time to be around then. Me and Doctor Who were born in the same year, 1963. Sky, did you ever get to any Sunbury festivals? Crow is hilarious. He has his moments. Yeah, spent a lot of the weekend dealing with that. So, R.I.P. to Ragman. Yeah, there's both Crow and Seg put community posts up on their channels. The end of Crow's live on Sunday morning. That was announced. That's why Crow just cut the live quickly. I can do the Charleston. I love the flapper style. I can do the Charleston dance and a little square dancing too. Swing your partner. Can I just say, actually, though, on the Ragman thing, nothing to do with Ragman now, but with the whole topic, and I know that nobody in here would do this, by the way, so I'm not saying anybody in this chat would do it, but keep an eye out for it, because on Seg's channel, on Seg's post, somebody actually said, and we investigated, it was a troll account, but somebody actually said, oh yeah, I've just heard that Wisdom passed away in a plane crash. He didn't. And I'm like, we were like, he never leaves the house. Did contact Wiz and squash it. But I really hope that doesn't start becoming a thing where people sort of jump on that, the trolls jump on that bandwagon of announcing things that haven't actually happened. It's disgusting. So if you see it, report it to get it checked and report it to the mods or the admins or the content creator. Oh, speaking of mods and admins, by the way, my Facebook page, we've been having problems with porn scam accounts. So this evening it's going to go private. If you're already a member, you'll be fine, you'll be in. But from this evening, you will have to apply to be a member of it. So and I'm gonna turn it more into a fantastic and discussion forum. So it won't just be a general posting of links page anymore. Yeah, it's not true. I've spoken to Wiz. It's disgusting that it was said. It came out of the blue. It was the only announcement. This is somebody trolling, and it's unacceptable. You don't get much more toxic than that. So, yeah. Wisdom is fine. It is nasty. I was appalled. So, but when we looked into it, yes, it was somebody who. I'm actually going to say it's actually somebody who's anti-beardo. Why they would take that route, I don't know, on Segs and to use Wisdom as an example, I don't know. Wisdom knows. Wiz is. You know how laid back Wiz is. But I really don't want to start being a trend. So guys, if you see it anywhere, you know, I'm thinking most lives that you're in, even if you don't think you can contact the content creator, you can usually contact the mods. You know, I'm a mod in a lot of places. Caroline is. You know, several. You're going to recognise at least one mod name. Let them know. People can be so cruel and disgusting. They can. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get why people would say these things anyway. I don't get why people troll and just come in to be nasty. If you don't like a channel, don't go in it. I mean, half the time, we don't get it very often on here, but half the time, chat don't realise there's trolling because it gets zapped. either by me or the mods. Sometimes the mods will tell me afterwards that somebody's been zapped. I haven't even noticed it because they've taken it out. Doesn't happen very often here, but it's unfortunately it does happen. Oh, did Wiz put a post up? I'll have to have a look. I haven't seen it. Crit Walker, hello. Don't blame me, Sarah. Must be so distressing for the yeah. It is. So relieved to hear from Wisdom. He was rather shocked. Yeah. So did I? No, I'm fine. I just woke up. He said. People can be cruel and nasty sometimes. Yeah. The other thing is it's nasty. It's disgusting. But you know, comments like that popping up. It's like it doesn't help the community as a whole because you know we're always being accused of being toxic, and 99.9% of the time it's nobody in the community doing these things because it's happened within the community. It just adds to that bloody misinformation. So some seriously twisted and disgusting individuals. I know. How do you contact someone if not in a live? That's a good question, actually. Well, most content creators will have an email address in their channel description, but some are going to be quicker than others at doing it. Might be something to think about, actually. So it's not too complicated if people aren't used to doing it. I'll have a think about that. What did I miss? Missed an hour and 38 minutes of me just randomly going live, even though I wasn't planning on it. Just talking about Trolls Crypt. Now, I'm talking about the one that went into comments at the weekend and said Wisdom had died. They troll because they're insecure. Absolutely. I always think that people who troll, it's a bit like people who bully, whether it's real life or online, it's because they've got no control in their own life and it's their way of... But then I just don't get the mentality of it. I don't get the mentality of actually just being nasty to somebody. The other thing is online, you know, we all get to know each other on here, but at the end of the day, when you're online, you don't know people unless you've got to know them in chat or whatever, and you kind of get to know what people are like. But you know, a lot of people don't use their real names. You don't know what they look like. You don't even necessarily know where they're from, and people take advantage of that. 1958, that's the year Hannibal conquered Rome. Will somebody please send Ghostwiener back to school? It's like something bloody Justin would say. This is a friendly community and I find it a supportive community. It is a supportive community, that's the thing. So at least comments like that, whether they're in comments under a post or under a video or in chat, they stick out like a sore thumb because they don't happen very often. Yeah. And the thread that was put in there. People are sort of sending hearts and RIP to Ragman. And they saw that as an opportunity to pull that stunt. I will say though that you know, behind the scenes, because I have spent nearly all weekend dealing with stuff. There is a lot of activity and hard work behind the scenes that people don't realise. Sometimes you go, oh, people don't do anything. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea how much a lot of mods, admins, content creators will work behind the scenes to try and resolve things. Yes, you can do that actually. You can report a comment. I think it does. So that it's if you look underneath the comments in the comments section, you go to the right hand side of the comment, a couple of little dots will appear if you can't see them already. You have the opportunity, and it's anonymous. You know, you're not. People won't know who's done it. You can report them. Discord is one way to actually, if you're in the Discords or on the Facebooks. James, hello. Actually, just give me a sec. Where are my banners? Just let me edit that. What I'll do, I'll make this a. Let's see if that works. Yeah. So, for example, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see my email, Facebook, and Messenger. And what I'll actually do is, with my channel, I'll ask which mods don't mind being contacted. Yeah. Quickest way to do it, report it. I can't remember if that removes the comment though. Because I've only ever reported one post, and that was on my channel. It was by a known troll. It's been after me for years. I think I still had to delete the comment. I'm lazy. Where's back? That's not even a blanket hello. That's a, hey guys. Hey guys. Yeah. He was surprised. What did I? I told Phil. So have you heard from Wiz today? I told him, and he said, Wiz doesn't leave the house. I can get on a plane. What? $40 a month for memberships? That's... I have never heard of that before. Ever. Even if you have tiered memberships. I have 3 tiers. I think my... can't really remember what my top one is. I think it's $12.99. But my bottom tiers was regular $2.99. That is just disgraceful. That is absolutely disgraceful. I'm actually shocked by that. No. I'd be unsubbing. You just click on the comment and the option comes up. Right, thank you, Wade. Hi from a posh pub. Oh, John Boy's in a posh pub. Hello, sweetie. In Roton. Having a liquid lunch. Actually, not knowing John Boy, no, he's probably eating something amazing. Probably about to post, or if he hasn't done already, he's probably going to post pictures of it on Facebook and make me hungry. John Boy, in fact, now out in the boot. I'm sober and waiting for the gas man. Oh no. Oh, that reminds me, I'm supposed to arrange a yearly check. Oh, please, you said that. I'd completely forgotten about that. No, reporting doesn't cause any trouble with the YouTube creator. It's nothing. It's at all. If it's a comment that you're reporting, no, because you're actually reporting what a user's said. Half the time, it's not even subs. I don't think you have to be a sub to comment on my channel. So. Scully Pop, hello. Good to meet you. Raven's tired. Oh no, Raven, you need to get sleepy poos. John Boy Blackpool's top centerfold. No pressure, John Boy. Sorry for being rude and not saying hi. Oh no, I'm doing adult stuff. I know, adulting sucks, doesn't it? I've got to do adult stuff. And what was my answer to the adulting stuff I've got to do? Let's do a surprise live. I'm new here. No, good to see you. Good to see you. The algorithm suggested you. Oh my god, the algorithm knows who I am. No, that's happened. I didn't put any content out last week. I did. I am going to be putting out the Houdini video this week, though, and a little vloggy poo. It was due out last week, but with the events of the weekend, it never happened. Scully Pop, welcome to the SS Moist. Oh dear. I steal cobwebs for rich spiders. Jokes on you. YouTube keeps stalling out when I try to renew membership. Oh no. How rude of YouTube. It's been playing up with memberships this week. I was on my channel. Somebody tried to gift some last week and didn't work. And then somebody else got gifted no problem. I don't know where the glitches are coming in. I'll have to have a look at the YouTube news that you get in YouTube Studio, because usually it'll say if there's glitches around. Heading up to the surgery. Hugs to everyone. Good luck, sweetie. I follow someone on the highest tier, whose highest tier on Patreon is $500. What the hell are they doing for $500? My Patreon's $5. I don't even do tiers. It's an OnlyFans link. That's no. I hope they are delivering something amazing for $500 bloody dollars. That's just not right. I've slept too much. I haven't slept enough. Adulting is hard. I don't recommend it. No, me either. Who is this algorithm? Is she prettier than me? We're oh, awesome. Ghost Cats has found Messenger. Who is this algorithm? This community kind of acts as its own algorithm, so it's always amazing when you do hit the algorithm. No, unless sometimes it happens if I've got a video out that's doing really well, like the Simply Strange one. But good to know I'm getting there. Trying to remember who his blooming name now. He does astronomy news updates for $40 a month. What is it? Bloody what's it? Neil deGrasse Tyson or something? Oh, it's a Scully Pop. You're in the right place. Sarah, aka Fantastic, is the most wonderful person. Pay you later, Wayne. Just send me an invoice. That's $40, the cheapest option. Now, I'm $40, I suppose. If it's the top tier, it's still high, but if that's the minimum, or if that's the only tier they've got, that's awful. Tears in the Rain. Yeah. I can't get a membership. Oh yeah, iPad and an iPhone. Yeah, suck. And I've done my free memberships for the month. Oh, the cat's missing you. Oh, one is running around and meowing. Impromptu PT session. What? I may as well have one being. You get a day off, fully paid, and you do exercise. I don't know. I see ghost cats. I've just seen you pop up on Messenger, so I'll deal with that after the live, sweetie. It starts at $40. Oh my goodness, what's that? I mean, that's about 30 quid. That's for basic membership. No, just no. Ghost Cats is exhausted. You need to get some rest, darling, if you can. Is this the Ghost Cats I know or a new one? It's the Ghost Cats you know. It's Carl with a new channel doing reviews of paranormal books. I gotta get it to share. Oh no, you're under pressure to. It's usually the bride that does that. Gotta get into that tux. At that morning suit, whatever it is. Pressure. So Patreon prices can be nuts. Yeah, there's a reason I only do one tier actually on my Patreon, because I don't pay for Patreon all the time, because I'm actually member for a lot of channels for my nerdy reaction channels that react to film and TV and stuff, and apart from one, I actually don't pay for them all the time. I just wait until a whole series is out or a movie's out, and I might pay for a month. But the tiers on those are really frustrating, because you go to watch something and you realize you've got to have the next level up. Mine's one tier. I thought when I started mine, not criticizing people who have more than one tier, but because sometimes people want to support the creator, but no, just one tier. Especially when you YouTube, people are paying for memberships and stuff like that anyway. We've set a date now, so the clock is ticking. Oh no, pressure. Welcome to the Madhouse, Scotty Pop. What did APRF say? What did APRF say that made you say what? What did Wesley say? I can't see it. Oh, okay. Is that that's the one I've missed? Chat jumped. Sorry, guys. I've always wondered who would mourn me if I passed. None of you. Now I have all of you as my precious family. Losing one breaks my heart. If I ever go missing for more than a week, better send for a check. That is the case. It's why this community works so well, because a lot of people in this community, whether it's illness, whether it's situation, whatever, it's why the lives are so popular, because it is a link to the outside world. Patreon, yeah, I've already read that one. Oh, I scrolled up, didn't I, for Sheila's comment. Leanne, get a larger suit, Calamity, less stress. There you go, that's my way of thinking. I'll just get a bigger dress size. I figured out how to put my voice with no face, so next review will be better. Yeah, Carla is she's doing it the right way. She's learning the ropes with putting YouTube up, a channel up. But it's a channel that we really need in this community. It is looking at non-fiction paranormal books. Somebody wants to put Actually, if you want to put both Calamities and Icy Ghost Cats links in the chat, that would be awesome. But I really think it's a good idea, and I really wanted it to just go for it before somebody else leapt on the idea, because that does happen a lot. Oh, somebody listens to an idea, and if you don't do it, somebody else gets in there first. So, yeah, buy a smaller suit so it looks like you're in shape. There you go. Look buff. I've lost half a stone in 2 weeks ahead of schedule, seeing as I want to lose 1.5 stone beforehand. Oh, go for it. I want it fitted. Right, there's Icy Ghost Cats. That's the book review channel. And there is... Thank you, Raven, for both of those. And there's Calamity Debunking channel site. Please support both of them. We only put links in this chat if they're endorsed. And we endorse both of them. Yeah, it's... I mean, I've said this before, but my channel's... That's created it in 2019, but you all know that there was a stalling point, and it was an art channel. From being a paranormal channel, I'm about 18 months, and I now feel as though I've got a proper handle on everything. And I know how to edit and stuff. I've been editing for years, but yeah, patience. Slow and steady wins the race, because then you'll have a solid channel. And, you know, when you're a new channel, people don't expect the world. But what they want to see, I know what I want to see is, and I don't always see it, I want to see the content creator learning and striving to improve. You don't expect miracles, you just want to see the dedication in improving the channel. I will be on... Thank you for that shout out. No problem, Calamity. I'll be on less this week. My youngest is from out of town. I'm helping a friend move by driving. Driving is the one thing I can do. I'll be posting before and after. There you go. Wes has got the body of a god, Buddha. It's a bit like when Phil says, I'm in shape. Round is a shape. What's that meme that I like? I've got a flat stomach. The L is silent. Hang fire. It's the pat testing man coming to my flat. Ooh, got to get that pat testing done. Check all those electrics. Actually, I must make a note. I've got to contact the heating engineer to come and do the yearly check. Because I think that was a week ago. Can't find a pen. How can I not find a pen? I'm sitting with art materials everywhere. Got to be a felt tip. Heating. Just put heating down. I'll know what it means. Possibly. Do you do that? Do you write one word down and then you go back to it and you think, what did I mean by that? What about the heating? It's nice to see comments like great video, someone commenting on a particular part of it or thanking you for the information. The production can wait. Yes. That's the other that's the at the opposite end of the scale. I see too many people making that mistake. They think that all the hoops and whistles and fancy editing is enough. It's not. Solid content is what you need. You can improve the quality of editing and blah 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 as you go along. Solid content. You cannot hide lackluster content with fancy visuals. I have the shape of the bird leaf. What is a pat test? It's testing that electrical equipment is safe. When I used to do the markets and fairs, if I was using electrics, I had to go and get my lights, etc., pat tested so it was safe for plugging in. They tested electrical equipment in mains. They hold down someone called Pat and test them. There you go. That's the alternative type of pat test. Make sure you're ordering the right one. I'm still learning to put my own stamp on my videos with the information I give out. Never want to lose my own by making a video differently. That's down to branding. And if you've watched my last few videos, I've actually just put a little intro at the start. Just a picture with it's just fantastic publishing and then sort of feathers floating around. It's only a couple of seconds. But you go into the video, you know it's fantastic publishing, whatever type of video it is. Is that requires it? Pat testing. I don't think. I think it's if the building's over a certain age. I'm surprised they don't do hours actually, because I don't think the electrics have ever been done in this house. It's not that old a house. It's about 40, 50 years, but especially if you live in an older property, yeah, you need pat testing. Because old electrics have got to be tested. The one I've got to do is for the gas. It's not for the electric. I've got a new Quattro tablet. I'm going to use it for my channel. It's awesome. I love that where it's going to be input on my videos. I think the man has a wand. Yeah. Magic wand. Magic electric wand. Where's my phone? Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry guys, I'm losing stuff, so I'm getting dead air. Right, we've hit the 2-hour mark. I will be live tomorrow, guys. As per usual. It'll be 2 o'clock unless I see the usual oh no, Mythos has gone live. Just possible. My instinct is to hide from strangers. My instinct half the time is to hide from people I know, let alone strangers. And my instinct is to hide from tourists. I want tourist testing here. I've been saying that for a few... Do you know, ever since we had lockdowns, I have been saying that. I want tourist testing. And many of them are lovely, but yeah. I think they need a passport to get north of the Tyne now. That would be awesome. Electric wand, what? James, beware of the wand probing. Oh no! I took a hot cross bun to be pat tested one because of all the currents in it. Scientific channel of the community is pat testing buns. Tourist testing, yeah. Can't get north of the Tyne without filling in a questionnaire. Do you like Harry Potter? Yes. Back you go. Turn round the time tunnel. We don't get tourists in Teesside. No, you wouldn't, would you? No offence. Hope you ate them after you had them tested, yeah. Here's how to get a hot cross bun. Pat test it. I know, you'd get them in Hartlepool though, wouldn't you? Yeah, Northumberland, we do too many of them. I keep pissing and moaning. This, I mean, after agriculture, it's the main industry up here is the tourist industry. We rely on the money, but oh, it's hard work. I'm just extra pissy now because I'm not doing the markets or anything, so I don't rely on the tourists for income anymore. I used to, for some of my income. It used to be very seasonal, but I've shifted the way I do the business, so not the tourists. Couldn't eat a whole one. But you know, yeah, you're just north. If you're Teesside, though, you're just north of the North York Moors and Whitby and Scarborough and stuff. That's where they'll go there. I was saying earlier that I don't remember who said they wanted to go to Whitby, but I've never been to Whitby. I've been scuppered every time I plan to go. Every single time something's happened. Jinxed. Yeah, I'm gonna finish in a minute, Carla. So ready by Wednesday. Last dentist appointment for Cap. Just get my partials. To be fair, some of the tourists that visit my neck of the woods need testing. I think for us, one of the problems we have. I mean, I haven't got a car at the minute, but when I'm driving, you notice it a lot. Is, you know, because it's very rural here and it is beautiful, and you know, you've got all the castles, beaches, hills, etc. Blah blah blah. It's beautiful. You can always tell when you're driving what people who've come from the city or flat areas because they don't know how to drive uphill. They don't. I mean that. You know, they don't know that you have to accelerate when you start up a hill, because you know, otherwise you end up in first. They're just not used to. It's not just being on holiday; it's not being used to rural life. And I do live in a county that, especially the north of the county where I am, where people are very set in their ways and there's certain ways of doing things. Whitby is amazing. I would love to go. I still would love to go. Where are you from? I'm in Northumberland. I'm in the northernmost county in England, in the north of it. I'm only about 20 miles from the Scottish border. I live in, it's not a secret, I live in a town called Alnwick. Business is called Serendipity of Alnwick. Or it was. It's called Fantastic Publishing now. And the castle at the top of my road is literally the Harry Potter castle where they filmed the first two films. So yeah, we get a lot of Harry Potter tourists. We've got a Harry Potter shop. It's not the only reason people come to Northumberland, but certainly this town, it's why a lot of them come in. Never been to Whitby, it's on my radar. I'd also like, if I ever was healthy enough to start doing fairs and shows again. There are some really good shows down in Whitby that I could sell my artwork, but I've always just been jinxed going, and I'd love to go. Goth Festival is world famous, yeah. You know, I mean, I know it'd be pricey, but I would pay it. I'm going to Whitby next year. Hey, say Sponge. I'm gonna go to Yorkshire with my Ruby. I would just love to go. Once I'm back on my feet, I'm gonna have to try and arrange it. I'm off to get myself up and functioning. Yeah, me too, and it's past midday. Awesome. Thank you, I didn't want to assume. No, it's fine. No, I'm Northumberland girl. Lost my accent because of moving around, but my wee doggy. Oh, it'd be an awesome place to go. And you're also up by the Whitby, sort of right next to North York Moors, so it'd be a great place to take Ruby. We will be in Scarborough this summer for a week before jetting off to Ireland for a few days. I actually love Scarborough. I saw a video the other day. So it's got one of the most boring beaches in the UK. Hasn't? I absolutely love Scarborough. I think it's a great town. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Sarah. Hello. James, I left you a present on Discord. Be afraid, James. No, I'm kidding. I got to toddle. Yeah, me too. Thank you. Bye, lovely people. Looking forward to seeing the beard, Wessie. Debbie, that's all right. I'm about to finish. Blanky hello to everybody. I want to go to Ireland. It's on my to-do list. Dublin's amazing. If you go to Ireland, make sure you visit Dublin. It's expensive. Hotels are expensive, but it's an amazing city. Pat one will knock any second. I want to go to Scarborough and Bridlington too. I haven't been to Bridlington. How much prefers Bridlington to Scarborough? Really? And Leeds. Oh, watch out, Wayne. Spanish coming for you. Not sure I've said hello before. Hello, Raven. Right, guys, I'm going to finish because I actually need to go out. Thank you for keeping me company. Well, much love to new people in the chat. It's great to see new people. You're always welcome. I'll be doing my regular live tomorrow. Unless I decide to go earlier, it'll be 2 o'clock tomorrow, but I promise I will try and do a morning live most weeks, because it does seem to be a good time to go live. So keep an eye out for notification tomorrow, because I may do the same thing tomorrow. Just depends. Unless you hear otherwise, it'll be my 2 o'clock start. So I will see you anon. Thank you, everybody. Toodles.
You are amazing, awesome, you really are a star. Here's some cookie and some pizza for the legend that you are. You cannot have some coffee, Sarah will not share, but she wants you to know she is blessed that you are there. Walla-da-da, 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 oh, wow.